Hey guys, welcome back. The second game for Super Rugby Aotearoa week 1 is the Hurricanes versus the Blues. The times will be shown up next to me, and this is a pretty big game if you consider what happened in preseason. The Blues, they beat the Chiefs. The Hurricanes, they also beat the Chiefs, so that at the moment you can see what's happening to the Chiefs. But if you do look at the preseason, the Hurricanes did beat the Blues. Yes, it was one of those games of three halves. The other preseason games that the two teams played as well, the Hurricanes lost to the Highlanders, and then the Blues beat the Crusaders, actually. This game is in the Sky Stadium in Wellington. It's the first time in 8 years that the Hurricanes are opening a season in their home stadium. So quite a big game for them, and that time it was also against the Blues. Looking at the history between the two sides, it is massively in the favor of the Hurricanes. Let's get into the two teams, the two first teams that they have picked for the season. Fraser Armstrong, Omua, and Lomax starts in the front row for the Hurricanes this week around. James Lay, a guy that moved over from Bristol Bears to the Blues. Eklund and Laulala. They start Laulala. He moved over from the Chiefs. It's a big move for him. It's an All Black that came from the Chiefs to the Blues. So very big start for them. Which one of these is going to have the upper hand? I don't really know. That Hurricanes front row do tend to be pretty good. Almoa had a brilliant year last year. Armstrong as well. Lomax as well. So who's going to have the upper hand there? I don't know what Lay is going to do in Super Rugby Aotearoa. Getting into the second rows, it's not too much changes for the Blues, with Tuipulotu still being the captain. I think it's his 81st game this week. And then Kauli Tiote, he's also at the number 5 position, pretty similar to what they picked most of the year last year. Then James Blackwell and Scrafton in the positions for Hurricanes, also pretty similar to what they did last year. That's going to be a big battle in the air. Almoa, he's pretty stable when it comes to getting that ball to his locks. Eklund, also pretty good there. So big battles at scrum time and at line-out time so far, and it's pretty even there. Difficult to call who is going to win it. Then at number 6 is Fafita and Ioane, two very good runners of the ball, two guys that will get the ball from breakdowns as well. But that's not their speciality. These guys specialize in grabbing the ball and running over players. Then at number 7 for both sides, the big one, Savia. He is the captain of the Hurricanes this year. It is also his 100th game this week around, so big game for him. He's the guy that will steal the balls for the Hurricanes. Also a guy that racks up meters all the time. So if you do play fantasy SuperBru, do join that down in the description. Maybe a guy that you want to put in your team. I also do have the predictor game. Papali'i, another guy that can steal the ball at breakdown time. At number 8, Sotutu, my favorite player, one of my favorite players for the Blues, and a guy that you also would like to pick. Flanders at number 8 for the Hurricanes. Taumatain, he starts at number 9 for the Hurricanes. Pretty surprising there. He needs to take over from a big name that they have lost in the off-season, with Perenara not being with the Hurricanes now anymore. So they're going to lose a lot with him. And, I mean, he also played 10 at the end of most games as well for the Hurricanes. That's after the season that they already lost Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett isn't there for the Blues anymore. Just let's talk about the number 9 first. Sam Nock, he continues at number 9. Brilliant number 9 in my opinion. Last year he proved why he started. I didn't know who he was before last year. I thought Ruru was supposed to be the guy that starts most games. He got injured, and Nock did show what he can do. Otere Black, he continues at number 10 as he did most of last year, with Barrett, who was at number 15. Someone commented that the Blues backline is basically 3 number 10s, 3 wingers, and a little angry flanker. Pretty funny, because it is mostly true. Because continuing with another number 10 is Harry Plummer at number 12. Ngani Lamapa is gonna run in that channel, I can promise you that, because this guy loves bumping players. And another guy that loves bumping players is just on his outside, with Julian Savia being back at the Hurricanes. Can't wait to see what the bus can still do for the Hurricanes. Harry Plummer, he is next to Rico Ioane, a guy that is probably preferred on the wing. Last year he switched over to number 13. Didn't do too badly in my opinion. Pretty good at running through gaps because he is very quick and assists in quite a few tries as well. Scores a couple for himself as well. Billy Proctor at number 13 for the Hurricanes. Interestingly, that it's not Umaga Jensen starting. At the wing for the Blues, they also have a big bus of their own with Caleb Clark, who became an All Black last year. So, big game for him here to prove why he is better than a veteran like Julian Savia. Mark Delia, a guy that just gets out of all tackles just by stepping or slipping out of them. Wes Goosen gets a start for a change last year. It was mostly Kobus van Wyk that got all the starts. Then it is another number 10 at 15 for the Blues with Stephen Perafeta versus Geordie Barrett, probably the best guy in the back line for the Hurricanes and probably going to be taking the kicks for them this year again. But still, it is good to see that he is in his preferred position. Getting to the benches, it is good to see that the Hurricanes do have Ricky Riccatelli on number 16. He didn't get a lot of games last year. Another guy to look out for is a guy like Princep Karifi, also a very brilliant player at number 20. Surprising that he's not starting, but they do have a couple of good options with a guy like Fafita in his position. Peter Umaga Jensen and Rayasi. That's a pretty good bench that they do have over there. The Blues, their bench also just as strong. Those two props that they can bring on with Tuinukwafe and Tuungafase, brilliant players. Josh Goodhue just as good in the air as the two starters. Tom Robertson, big red, brilliant player to bring on. He's another option at line-out time. If you do have problems at the line-out, you bring him on and stuff do get a bit better. And he's just one of those guys that love carrying the ball forward. Jonathan Ruru, he's at number 22 and he just brings some pace to the game when he comes on. Guys, getting my first prediction for these two's game, I'd have to say the Blues would probably win this one. Just going down to that 9-10 combination, I think the Blues probably are favourite. But at that outside backs, it's very difficult to call a favourite there because of that a lot of kickers for the Blues. I don't know if they're going to try and pin the Hurricanes back. They do have a lot of strength, the Hurricanes as well. Difficult to call it, but I'll just favour the Blues to win it by 5 points in this one. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button, and then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.